What's going on, Airsofters? This is Miz coming at you with my first Airsoft review. And today we are going to be reviewing the Classic Army DT-4 double-barreled M4. Now, I had this beast pre-ordered from Airsoft GI for over 7 months, so you could imagine my excitement when the package finally came. On a side note, this review is not sponsored in any way by any of the companies or extra products mentioned in this review. Now that we have that out of the way, upon opening up the box, you will find your user instruction manual, followed by your gun and 2 high-capacity magazines. There is no battery, extra M-lock rails, or even an unjamming rod, but chances are you probably have a few of those kicking around already. My first impression right off the bat was, damn, this thing is wide and heavy. And I can't wait to rip those ugly orange flash hiders off and replace them with tracer units. This gun is rock solid with very little wobble, and I believe almost everything on this gun is full metal besides the stock, magazines, and pistol grip. After the 10-minute blow dry routine, I removed the 2 plastic orange 14mm counterclockwise flash hiders and replaced them with 2 metal ones. I also added a lower M-lock rail and 2 side rails. It's a shame these didn't come in the box, but hey, I can understand that Classic Army wanted to keep the cost as low as possible and just focus on releasing the gun. The gun features a collapsible rear stock with plenty of battery space. There's a button on the bottom of the stock that must be slid to remove the rear door panel. The gun is wired with your standard Tamiya connector, and I highly recommend you get an 11.1 volt buffer tube battery. Due to the nature of the custom-built gearbox, it's basically doing the work of 2 Airsoft guns. The gun comes with a front and rear folding metal sight, which can be adjusted for windage and elevation. Pulling back on the charging handle reveals the dial hop-up unit. There's one for each barrel. Pushing up on the left unit and down on the right unit will give it more hop. The bolt release has a nice sounding clack, which I always appreciate, and it's actually pretty satisfying on this one, being an AEG. As I said before, the gun comes with 2 bottom winding high capacity magazines, which work just fine, but I'm more of a fan of mid-cap magazines. Personally, I prefer the Evic brand 180 round mid-caps, which are my go-to mags for this gun. However, the KWA 120s are also a great mid-cap and will definitely fit. This gun can actually take a wide variety of Stanag or M4 style magazines, so chances are your favorite magazine should work on this gun. I've yet to find one that didn't fit actually, so that's a huge plus in my book. The magazine release is located on the right side of the gun and simultaneously releases both mags at the same time. Some magazines will fall out, like the Evic ones. Others, like the KWA 120s, will require just a little bit of force. I also noticed that the mag well on the right side seems to be a little thinner than the one on the left, so some mags may require additional force to remove, but not by much. The fire selector switch is ambidextrous, however the one on the left side is slightly longer than the one on the right, since most shooters seem to be right-handed. There are sling mounts located on both the left and right side of the weapon, as well as on the rear stock. On the bottom of the pistol grip, there's a button you can slide to open a door which can quickly reveal your motor, no screwdrivers required. On the left side of the gun's magwell, you will find the engraved Classic Army Nemesis logo with the Grim Reaper. The right side will also show the DT-4 logo. Overall, the gun feels pretty comfortable to me, even with how wide it is. The default sights are pretty nice, however I prefer using other optics. The gun can definitely get heavy the longer you hold it throughout the day, especially with all your other attachments, so do keep that in mind. The pistol grip and flat trigger feel really nice, and the gun sounds super crisp and snappy when you fire. When I first pre-ordered this gun, the first thing I thought of was adding 2 tracer units to the barrels to satisfy my inner Star Wars nerd. If you're going to do that, I highly recommend grabbing 2 Ace-Tech Lighter S tracer units or 2 X-Cortec XT-301 compact units. However, I prefer the Ace-Tech ones. They're a smaller profile and don't have that small extension connector piece. The X-Cortec ones are a little wider than the Ace-Tech ones, so I'm not 100% sure if 2 units will fit, as I only have 1, but I can absolutely confirm that the Ace-Tech Lighter S ones will fit. Anything wider than these will absolutely not fit the 2 barrels, as the space is fairly limited between the 2 of them. The best tracer BBs that I've found were the green Elite Force tracers and the green EMG biodegradable tracers. I would stay away from the red Matrix ones, as they don't glow that bright. This is a really fun gun to shoot, and it actually serves a purpose for potentially being able to hit targets on the move slightly easier by having 2 offset projectiles. I've seen a few other reviews mention there was an issue with the hop-up units, however, I didn't seem to have an issue with mine, and I've put about 3,000 rounds through it so far. Upon chronoing, the gun shoots between 360 to 380 using 0.2 gram BBs and just under 14 BBs per second. I tested both barrels and both had very similar results. I cannot recommend this as a beginner starter gun due to the fact that it's heavy and that you'll blow through twice the amount of ammo that other guns do. This gun is also a bit pricey with the retail price of $389.99 at the time of this review. I would say that this gun is mostly for the airsoft collector or people that just want something that's just a little different than the rest. Overall, I am very impressed with this gun and it's easily one of my favorites in my collection. The main pros of this gun is absolutely the fun factor, the battery space, the magazine compatibility, ambidextrous fire selectors, the programmable electronic control system which can support modes like 3 and 5 round bursts, and lastly, but most obvious, the 2 barrels. The cons, if I had to pick any, are definitely the weight of the gun you will notice the longer you hold it, and the fact that the package didn't come with a battery or any side rails, so you're going to need to spend a little extra money if you want to equip any accessories. Well, that just about wraps up the review. For first impressions, this gun is a tank, it is sure to turn heads on the field, and it definitely lives up to the hype in my opinion. I've been playing Airsoft for about 16 years now, and I've built up quite the collection, so I do plan on doing more reviews on some of my favorite guns and how well they've held up throughout the years. If you like this review, please slap a like on the video and subscribe for more future content. Thanks for watching, and have fun on the field. Miz out.